Hello and welcome to MFBW Passion. I'm Brian Murphy, joined by Ferran Burgundy. And we're starting right away. Oh man, Tyson McQuaid. I'm Brian Murphy from the world famous Monster Factory. I'm joined at this time by Ferran Burgundy on commentary. This is MFBW Passion.
Well, Ollie Rock certainly feeling the passion here. Those recently won tag team titles carried to the ring and looking to defend them here against Tyson McQuaid and Jake Manley.
Now look, I love Christian Rocco, Oliver, whatever his last name might be. I love them with all my heart. Oh man. We're in a little bit of trouble here as we have some technical difficulties of our own.
The passion blew out the microphones for a second.
Man, I'm really impressed by that back roll into that seated position on the part of Manley. Wow!
A lot of momentum and a double stomp. That might have knocked the wind out of him here too, and no.
Manley becoming one of the most recent full-time members of the MFBW roster and school. And man, what an addition. Oliver, one of the tried and true favorites though over the past several years.
Almost a little bit of a mistake there, but able to evade it and keep Oliver away from his partner. Wow.
And what a kick to the side of the head now, taking out Christian Rocco. Oh man, Tyson McQuaid, belly to belly! Oh my God! Man, he just tossed him.
What power to, no.
Man, Tyson McQuaid is one of the strongest guys I've ever seen. I swear. I swear.
Definitely a lot of mass and a lot of power from Tyson McQuaid. And now trying to endure those forearms. Able to reverse the whip, but caught the cross body block.
Ollie in trouble here.
What a power slam.
You can't count out Oliver, though. He's a champ for a reason. Title's on the line. Oh!
Left shoulder up.
Christian Rocco calling out to his tag team partner. Oliver has been through all sorts of adversity. Three separate tag team partners. Torn ACL and all, and here he is, still a champion. Locked in.
Manly a little bit dangerous with those momentum-like whips to the corner, almost giving Oliver a chance to tag a fresh Christian Rocco.
And Christian Rocco cheering on his buddy.
Gets
to the
makes
corner.
the tag.
Go get him! Big chops from Christian Rock. Double drop kick. Oh, sent off.
Skins the cat.
What upper body strength. There goes McQuaid. Manly in the center. Drop kick right on the button. Ollie in for the defense. Ring of fire. Oh, into the wheelbarrow. And
There's the alley-oop. Rocco with the cover and the victory.
man, what a defense from my champs and yours, the Ollie Rock Express. Man, they're in the station. They're full steam ahead. Man, and not our last title defense here tonight.
That's right, we have 3 more coming, including our main event, the Heavyweight Championship on the line. Classy Max Sterling against recently former Supersonic champion Travis Jacobs, and that new champion, Miranda Vanette, will be defending her title as well.
And the division really imploding here in the MFPW. But next, one-on-one competition. Liam Black, one of the fastest rising stars in MFPW. Over the course of the past few months, he's been really out here trying to find himself. Of course, going up against one of the most successful members of our roster as of late, our middleweight medallion holder.
Oh, great.
It's our favorite team.
Your barber messed you up.
John Alba, great. Out here in the corner of the middleweight medallion holder, Chris Desmond, who has certainly been on a tear, but so too has Liam Black. If not for Alba, I would say this is a heck of an interesting matchup. Well, it still is. It's just, does Alba have to be here?
Hey, he's proven successful, full world renowned, picking up a lot of victories over the past several months. Chris Desmond has that patented heat seeker, that spinning heel kick. And Liam Black, he's been experimenting a little bit more with his moveset, trying to master a springboard forearm.
He did tell me a little bit about that earlier as well.
We'll have to see what the most successful one of the two is going to be here tonight. As the middleweight medallion is on the line. Chris has been holding for over 200 days.
Yep, 210 days as of today. Will that continue? Pace quickening here. Looking for the hip toss. Nope. Roll through. Victory roll. 1, 2. Just a split second away from a new champion.
Saw a referee get caught in the crossfire a little bit there. That's how swift, how fast these guys are.
Man, I haven't seen anyone that caught up in the crossfire since I played the game back in the 90s. You don't remember that kid's game? You'll get caught up in the crossfire. No? Okay. Again, you're a little too young for these things.
Yeah, I came online in the late 90s. That's when I started out. For Chris Desmond, he's just getting started. He wants to hold that title, I'm sure, over a year, several years. He wants to beat Jafar's record, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did ask me about that. He was curious how much further he had to go, and when oh, wow.
Do you hear the thud on that?
I could feel it in the thoracic bones of my spine.
I'll say it time and time again. Listen, Chris Desmond, stuff like this, I could care less for. But when it comes to his strikes, I don't know if there's anybody more dangerous in the MFPW.
I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with that statement. Say what you will about his tactics, his strikes are beyond effective.
We saw Cameron debuting earlier tonight in our pre-show. Mind you, straight the push-ups. Liam Black is no slouch when it comes to that category. At the age of 18, started training, and within a month, he was here performing on our shows.
Yeah, just a certain energy about him, and that energy is part of what keeps him fighting here. Getting that right shoulder up from the lateral press from Chris Desmond. Still in control, and now looking to slow things down a little bit, and that certainly not a terrible idea here as Desmond looking over to here. We're letting him know who the champ is, and we're letting him know about the chump that you have as your manager.
You see him mixing it up, John Alba mixing it up as we go into a cover with our outside referee, of course. A referee involved in every multi-person match and or championship match.
But that's what's good about Desmond. I mean, I know he's yelling over here wanting us to provide the accolades for him. I mean, yeah, they are certainly well-deserved. He is somebody who can work a more methodical pace and can also pick it up with some of the middleweights like a Liam Black here. Although Black, with that burst of energy, to be able to get that suplex, get a little bit of separation, get some of his wind back. Will he be able to capitalize? Time will tell.
Here we go back to Al Pacino. This is similarly a game of inches. You just need your one shot, and it looks like Liam Black found his. The champion now in trouble.
And those calves almost said hello to Desmond's little friend. Since you're mentioning Al Pacino lines. Slide Buster!
The double A and a beauty, center of the ring. Has the champion exactly where he wants him. Up he goes.
On the shoulder, but able to take that momentum, swing around. Black now up over the top rope to the apron.
Up and over
Wait,
he
looking
goes.
possibly for that
Forward.
springboard.
Oh my
The
God!
Heat Seeker!
He got him!
And that's going to do it.
Man, finding Liam Black, always got that heat seeker in his back pocket. And Liam Black, he just rolled out off the apron onto the floor here. Man, that heat seeker, it's lethal. It just takes one.
Oh, wait. Alba yelling to bring Derek out here.
What's he doing?
Why are you still here?
Kick him out, ref.
We got another match. Nobody cares.
What's he doing?
Good. It's a sign to leave.
Well, it seems that World Renowned is continuing in competition, but that is the music of Christian Darling.
Darling certainly impressive here. Has a great amateur background. Fearless, willing to fight anybody, and is going to definitely have to keep his eyes in the back of his head with Alba around here.
Coming out, representing World Renowned and holding a thumb wrestling booth back at the back of our building. He's been challenging our fans to thumb wrestling, and if they win, they get a Nick Sucks sign.
Well, I don't seem to see a one in the audience here from my vantage point, so I'm guessing either they weren't paying attention or he wasn't that successful. Or maybe a little of both. Who knows?
I'm thinking John Alba was fixing those matches too.
Alba also taking the microphone from Derek T. Lewis, our announcer.
Yeah, he's getting out of hand.
Yeah, Batty definitely trying to make a moment for himself here.
Hey, pipe it down.
Keep out of ringside, and I'll keep your name out of my mouth. The more you're at ringside, the more I have to give you a mention, for better or for worse.
And here's Nick Batty trying to get under the skin of the Monster Factory faithful. The Christian Darling is right in their pocket. Of course, challenging for the MFPW Heavyweight Championship against Max Sterling on our last show.
I guess they felt the first pose wasn't good enough.
You know what they are. You know what they are, Ferran.
They are a couple of posers. They absolutely are.
Posers, Ferran. Oh, no. Oh! And he didn't like how Christian Darling was posing.
Man, I wasn't expecting to be yelled at like I'm Chris Rock over here. My goodness.
Yeah, watch. Hey, if he comes at you, I got you. Don't worry.
Don't worry. If he comes at me, I got myself.
Well, Christian Darling in a little bit of trouble here. Headlock on tight against Nick Batty.
You can't believe what a real superstar looks like.
Nick Batty, ever the star. Oh! But Christian Darling there to match him.
You can hear the smack of the flesh. from that shoulder tackle. Just pure power, and you can see here, just holding him up there for a crowd chanting. I'm looking up at the clock, probably a good 9 or 10 seconds in the air, making Petit think about it.
One of the most natural athletes to ever walk into the halls of the Monster Factory, but Nick Petit, ever crafty. Oh, Darling won't go down. He won't go down.
Use your core.
There he goes.
Well, that's Darling using his core. What height on that?
Did you see Nick Petit? He bounced off the mat like it was a trampoline. Did you see that? That's the force he came down with.
And that is wood and metal underneath that apron.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's how much force. Oh, Darling dropped him down with, but now going into the ropes, those steel cables, with a significant amount of force on the part of Nick Petit.
Now sending Darling to the outside. Oh, great. Now insult to injury by name out my mouth.
You gotta imagine. It just clicked for me what you did there. You gotta imagine one of the most valuable parts of having a manager isn't necessarily the deals they're able to negotiate for you. It's being able to play into the mind or physically interfere in your matches. John Alba has really been doing well on that part. Not that I agree with.
You're an idiot.
That's why your name's not on your trouble.
Petit having some words as well, and perhaps trying to do what's good for the goose being good for the gander, trying a hanging vertical suplex of his own, but Darling able to counter it.
He's got suplexes in spades. See him taking a little bit of damage there, holding the lower back. But he's rising to the occasion. Oh! Oh! Golly!
That upper left hamstring right on the ropes there. Oh, now a chop block as well.
Again, those are steel cables. You know, they do not, they're elastic, but they don't have that much give.
They have about as much give as this audience does for he who shall not be named over there.
All right, don't say it. Don't say it. He'll be upset. He'll come over here. And now locking up those legs. And there's guidance on the part of John Alba saying, don't let him reverse the pressure.
Oh, sure, you can say his name.
Hey, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. He can step up to me. I'm sure you're not scared either, but.
I was gonna say, what are you trying to imply there?
Hey, Darling making it over to the ropes there. And you can see Nick Petit kicking the bottom one out of frustration. I think Petit was hoping for an early victory after that hamstring was exposed. Just twisting up that leg, turning Christian Darling into a pretzel. By using leverage to push down on the knee. Spreading the damage.
Oh, but a reverse knife edge.
Oh, my lordy. Slamming Nick Petit down into the mat.
What power!
He's a killer. Hey, look at him go. He's taking him out. Christian Darling back up to his feet. Bad leg and all.
Clothesline there. I haven't seen a dome slammed that much since the Heat Celtics game the other night.
Oh! Now, bring in some of the fire, some of the heat to Nick Petit. Oh! What a pump kick!
Will that be enough? 2 and...
Now you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder if the leg was at 100%, would that have been a 3 count?
One can only wonder, but it was still enough to bring the outside nuisance to his knees.
Hey, dirt!
He hit paid dirt, but Petit to the outside.
Petit getting the heck out of dodge. And you see Christian Darling still limping. You gotta imagine the longer this match goes on, the more it's gonna favor Nick Petit. Cannot underscore how important it was for Nick Petit to evade his opponent in that moment. Up on their shoulders.
Well, you mentioned that endurance factor. Oh, wait a minute. O'Connor roll here too. No.
Oh! Knees to the face!
Might he have him here? Yes, he does.
Nick Petit adding another victory to the board for world renown here tonight. Of course, John Alba, the ace in the hole. I gotta say, I'm getting tired of seeing this. Guys like Christian Darling are putting everything into these matches, and the difference maker is the guy with the mic.
Get out here. You may notice Brian Morris isn't here. He's taking advantage of world-renowned pristine PTO policy. Suck it, Alba! Dude, this is lukewarm. That's not gonna do anything for you. I know it's a lot of ha-ha with world-renowned these days. You saw what happened to me a couple weeks ago, right? And yeah, that was great. It was hilarious, wasn't it? Here's the deal. The time for laughter is over. It's time to get down to business. Back in January, I looked at each and every one of you, and I told you this year, our world renown will be champions once more.
No, they're not.
And on June 24th, a special 2 p.m. start time, the Monster Factory will present Adrenaline. You know why it's a 2 p.m. start time? Because I've already booked world-renowned reservations at the highest end 5-star Michelin restaurant in New York City, because we will be celebrating being named the new MFPW World Tag Team Champions.
Nobody cares.
Wait a second.
I saw you guys earlier. Christian Rocco, I'm so tired of your jovial attitude. You stand for everything that we are not. You are lonely. You are pathetic. And I promise you that on June 24th, it won't be fun and games. We are going to deliver a world-renowned beatdown never before seen here in the MFPW.
That's right.
Well, there are the tag team champions. Christian Rocco, very familiar with world renown, and Oliver.
Y'all want a match June 24th? We accept.
That's my guys. That's my guys. Never backing down from a challenge. World Renowned turning their backs on Christian Rocco, replacing him with Chris Desmond. But who's the champ?
We'll find out at Adrenaline on June 24th. The Wild Child, though, with wide eyes.
Viewer discretion is advised.
And hopefully will be completely ignored. Get out of here, Chris Rock.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, don't come back.
It was still a spectacular night, full of passion coming up. MFPW Heavyweight Championship defended in our main event. The Supersonic title defended as well.
There's just something about him that just brings a passionate despisal out of me. As opposed to this person. Did I hear that right? 315?
Hey, he's driven down. 315 pounds of what? Of what, Ron?
Of Happy Meals and sex appeal, although apparently there's been a couple of protein shakes thrown in there as well. As yeah, he is looking trim. He's adding the endurance.
Hey, he's straightening out the fries for apples. Couple apple slices. Happy slices. There we go. Now Bobby Buffet coming back off of a bad ankle. Broken back at the 2300 Arena a year ago where he defended his title. And what a year it's been for this man as well. Losing the MFPW Arena Championship, but gaining a friend along the way in the form of Max Sterling. Bobby Buffet in an MFPW ring just over a year ago after winning a battle royal to become the #1 contender for Bobby's championship. A year ago, Bobby was victorious over Mike Z, but now the guarantee, the assistant, has totally changed his disposition. Will that aid him in this contest?
Time will certainly tell. Well, there is the bell. Yes, it was about 14 months ago, that #1 contender battle royal.
And Mike retreating to between the ropes. Of course, you see him adopting the tactics of classy Max Sterling, the MFPW heavyweight champion. Of course, defending his title later tonight against the inevitable icon Travis Jacobs after costing him the Supersonic Championship 2 weeks ago.
In that gauntlet match where he took on 4 different opponents and made his presence felt during that match against Miranda Vanette, the current Supersonic champion.
Run him around. He can only do about 3 laps.
You see him giving guidance to Mike Z. And Bobby Buffet was one of the 4 men who just a few weeks ago, just over a month ago, came out to challenge Max Sterling, the 4 main eventers from the 2300 Arena. Bobby Buffet, Goldie, Travis Jacobs, and LSG.
Well, Michael Z trying to work Bobby Buffet's midsection like a heavy bag in boxing. Buffet having none of it, and then a slap that just incensed the big man.
Driving those shoulders.
Hey, back him up, man! Back him up!
Bobby's on a tear.
Dang! Follow the rules!
Understandably so.
Oh, there goes Max Sterling. Oh!
Clipping out that knee, and kicking it out.
And you know, that was the knee that caused Bobby Buffet to be out of action for the past few months.
You have to figure that was something that was planned to be targeted upon by Z and Sterling heading into this match.
You still see a lot of life in both competitors. Mike Z trying to lift up the legs of Bobby Buffet, opening up his back for an attack. Now that knee, tied up, victimized. And look at the shape that Mike Z's been in, putting his services out as a fitness coach.
And for the moment there, was trying to, I don't know, it looked like he was fitting his foot in Bobby's mouth.
He said, hey, eat this. There he goes again. You wouldn't see this happen in their match a year ago. Laying Bobby's throat across the middle rope, going for the cover. And
Just barely a 1 count.
that's like Bobby. Man's got endurance.
That big boy can't stand on it.
You gotta nuke him to really keep him down, and even then, it's no guarantee. No pun intended.
That one, I see what you did there.
Oh! Bobby trying to reach around, grab a sleeper, but Mike Z able to wriggle out.
Now, for all of that mass and strength, this is where Buffet is at a disadvantage when he is off of that vertical base. And well, Z, even with that fitness coaching and strength coaching, that is a large ask to try to suplex.
A heavy lift, metaphorically and physically. Oh, but Bobby, maybe the weave, too weak.
Hooks the leg, 2.5.
Bobby holding on to that knee, even though he's able to kick out now. Who knows, maybe he could fall victim to a submission.
And now trying to hook the arms.
Stretching out those pectoral muscles. The chest of Bobby Buffet is on fire. But the MFPW faithful lighting a fire in his heart.
Yeah, a little too much mass to be able to fully hook that double chicken wing.
Bobby using some of that movement. Wow! Near effortless for Bobby Buffet, but you can see the toll that it took on that knee, doing just as much damage. And Mike Z's asking for a water from Max Sterling.
That's a bit of role reversal.
You gotta stay hydrated.
Usually it's the assistant getting water for Sterling.
Mike Z continuing the onslaught.
They're trying to keep Buffet off of his feet. It's a very difficult task, to say the least.
Bobby catching. Quick shots. Now laying in some meat hooks. That knee's still in bad shape. Might be slowing down. I spoke
Cross body
too
block. But how much did that take out of Bobby Buffet and the pressure on that knee?
Bobby lifting 315 pounds off that mat, across the body. of Mike Z crashing down. The longest reigning MFBW heavyweight champion that there's ever been. Serving him up. That's too much.
Too much pain in the knee and not enough hunger for hunger pains.
Mike's up, shooting.
But spear ribs.
Spear ribs.
Can Buffet capitalize? He needs to roll over. Get onto the shoulders. Trying to muscle himself over to Z. Hooks the leg. 2. And Z gets the right shoulder up. A little too much time. Buffet not able to capitalize.
That was the move that Bobby Buffet used to put away Mike Z just 1 year ago. Took too much time. And some improvement on the part of Mike Z. And here's Max Sterling. Oh! Taking out the champ. Roll up. Cover.
Wait, Schoolboy? No.
Oh, locking in on the arm. Triangle. Triangle. Bobby's fading. Bobby's fading. Arm out reach. What a feather in the cap. Oh, twisted around the leg of Mike Z now. What the hell is that?
Oh, and he has that locked in.
For the entire match, it seemed that the knee of Bobby Buffet was going to be the decisive factor. But it was when he wrapped Mike Z's leg around his head that he found victory. And what an effort by the assistant, though.
And time will tell if the same fate befalls Classy Max Sterling as did his assistant, and we'll have a new heavyweight champion here tonight.
And Max Sterling claimed that there was nobody left to challenge him. 4 men stepped up to the plate. Of course, later tonight, the inevitable icon, Travis Jacobs, gets his opportunity, but you gotta imagine, like you said, Bobby Buffet is waiting in the wings. The chicken wings, baby. But we still gotta move forward.
Here's a match I've been looking forward to.
Speaking of former MFBW heavyweight champions, Clutch Adams, one of the most decorated men on the MFBW roster today.
Yep, former 2-time heavyweight champion, former 2-time tag team champion.
Instrumental in helping out MB last time. Another former heavyweight champion.
Yep, also held the tag titles on 3 different occasions, did Goldie. This is a dream match for longtime MFPW fans, as this is almost 2 sides of a mirror here.
Of course.
A time portal almost.
Clutch was certainly in Goldie's position at one time, quite literally being the golden boy.
Yeah, Clutch saying he's an OG here. He had early success as a heavyweight champion, so too did Goldie. Both with similar physiques. I would say a slight strength advantage to Clutch, a slight agility advantage to Goldie, but this is definitely one of those dream or fantasy warfare type matchups.
You're certainly right.
And here it is a reality at the MFPW.
You always got to deliver. That's Clutch Adams, again, using that strength advantage going up against Goldie. I'd say Clutch certainly has a little bit of size on him, but you know, Goldie's deceptively strong. Oh, an
That's why I said a
agile.
slight strength advantage.
What?
You can see the agility, though, of Clutch landing on his feet.
Deceptively agile.
This is just a battle of two alpha bulls just going at it. Both are used to being the man.
Whoa! Goldie also landing on his feet.
Right back at it. Leg pick.
Yeah, just
Oh,
put it
waist
on
lock.
a clinic.
Looking for the O'Connor roll. Both men roll through. Oh, Clutch looking for that clutch touch.
Oh, yanking on that leg,
Goldie
going for
looking
the
for a
headlock.
headlock. Yep. Kicks out. Kicks up.
And Clutch looks bewildered. Shock across the face.
I told you, for Clutch, it's like looking into a time portal, looking into a mirror of himself some 7-8 years ago.
Now Clutch is a bit of the prodigal son here, returning to the MFPW just a few months ago, coming up on maybe half a year, and oh! One has to wonder if he's thinking what could have been.
Face first. Just snapped down onto the mat. And a 1 count.
I wonder if Goldie took a little bit of controlled damage there. You saw how quickly he was able to kick out. Clutch bearing down on the throat of Goldie.
Vicious uppercut. And now lateral press, and again, Goldie kicking out at just 1.
And the disposition of Clutch has totally changed since the beginning of this match. You see a look of concern across his face every time he looks up at that referee. Oh, Goldie now crumbling in a heap in the corner.
Pulled to the middle of the ring, hooks the left leg deep, and now Goldie able to kick out at 2.
And just despair now. After Goldie kicked out, you saw Clutch almost fold into himself. I haven't seen him shaking like this.
Come on, Crotch.
Nonetheless, he's pressing forward.
Come on, Crotchy.
Yeah, this feels in some of the older video games, your Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats and like, how you'd have a mirror. That knocked the wind out of me. 2, and Goldie able to kick out. I was going to say you'd have a mirror match, like 2 Kens battling one another in Street Fighter.
Injustice, Superman
2
versus
Sub-Zeros,
Superman.
yeah.
One quick thing on that chop. You saw him spit into his hand, really lubricate the palm before slapping it down on the man. I'm surprised Goldie's able to breathe right now. And there he is back in that corner. Clutch just really scraping that tricep across the face.
Yeah, just laying it into there. Now over to the other side, Goldie with that agility.
Was able to catch on.
Yep, catches him for a sunset flip for 2.
Man, and
Just
that's
enough momentum. So Goldie almost off the apron there. Now sunset flip the other way. 2, and Adams able to kick out once again, but already back to his feet.
And Goldie is fearless. You see every time. Oh, he gives his full self, his full body to everything he does.
That crescent kick, and there is some vintage Clutch Adams. Just laying up on that top rope, admiring his handiwork, and now with the lateral press, right shoulder up for Goldie. Oh, now tries again and tried to catch Goldie napping, and now after 2 kickouts, just laying in some right hands.
And the frustration on the part of Adams starting to mount.
Not cheering for him now, huh?
And Clutch taunting. The
Just
MFPW
stomping on the
faithful.
hand.
Now, all that despair he was feeling earlier now just turned into anger, into viciousness. Using the tape on his wrist to choke.
Get up, Goldie!
And then it looks like it just flew off inadvertently. I mean, that's the experience coming in from Clutch.
No harm, no foul, I guess.
Well, I didn't say all that. And now hooks the left leg. Wisely hooking that outer leg to keep it away from the ropes. Again, that's the experience factor coming in. But a little too much mouth from Clutch, and Goldie has a lot of fight in him.
You can't touch me.
Come on, Goldie!
You can't. Come on. Touch.
He got him, he touched him! Dropped him right on his head! Goldie's coming! Back to his feet! Back to life!
Sits out with that slam, and now charging in.
Like I
Drop
said,
kick.
gives his full body, willing to lay it all on the line!
Bridging Fisherman suplex only gets 2 3/4.
At perfect form.
But only a 9 out of 10 on execution, as it wasn't able to cinch the victory in for Goldie here.
Got Clutch Adams versus Goldie here at MFPW Passion.
Kick him in the neck, Goldie!
Brian Murphy and Ron Burgundy on commentary, my bad. What an amazing event this has been thus far.
Little head fake there from both.
Oh, up and with the knee.
Springboard knee, we've seen that on numerous occasions from Goldie. Take out individuals. Will it do it here for Clutch? It will not, as the right shoulder comes up.
Great ring awareness on the part of Goldie, pulling Clutch to the center.
I'm the one who's run this place since you've been gone. You rock, come back.
Come on, Goldie!
Well, this a legendary match between these two. It's probably what you were thinking, Legendary and Burgundy, and you kind of put the two together.
Of course, of course. Well, that was a few minutes ago. Right now, Clutch, is taking Goldie to task.
Almost shades of twitch there in his sensory overload.
Deadlift German. Wow.
As close to 3 as one can get without actually garnering 3.
And you heard Goldie saying to Clutch that he thinks he owns the factory. But he was evicted. He forgot to pay rent.
That top rope elbow. Oh, wait. Crucifix roll through here. 3.
And Clutch seemed to not even know what happened when he got back up off the mat. Goldie pulling out a victory, showing that this is still his house, the Golden House.
And you see Clutch already getting face to face.
Don't trust him again.
Don't trust him. Walk away. You can't trust
Well, Goldie looking for a bit of respect, and I thought it was well earned, but Clutch thinking differently. Just walking away.
That would be a hard pill to swallow. A lot of pride to take down, to shake Goldie's hand. And maybe one day he'll be ready, but as of today, not yet. Another victory for Goldie. The MFPW Heavyweight Championship still defended in our main event. But first, another singles competition.
Introducing first, to be accompanied by Marvelous, weighing 333 pounds, the God of Deadpan.
Well, this is certainly interesting.
2 weeks ago at MFBW Monsters Are Real, these two men engaged in battle, which ended when Marvelous took a staff from the dark entity that has been haunting him during his matches, laid it across the head of the God of Dad Bod, finally picking up a victory for the first time in over a year.
The travels of Lucas Twitch DeSangro have certainly been interesting here in this calendar year. Ever since losing that Supersonic Championship back at Turkey Slam, he questioned himself for a little bit, and now he's back to fight, and boy, what a fight he's going to take here to the God of Dad Bod.
This has certainly been a journey for Twitch, as you were saying, finding himself. He's not quite back 100% to the Spider-Man trunks, but I'll tell you what, he's back in full force, at least willing to be in a ring again.
Yeah, he definitely had some questions. I think there was an injury certainly playing a part of it, but that looks to be, at least as far as we know, healed, or at least there's no indication that it's being favored at all. And Twitch bringing the fight here to the God of Dad Bod.
And the God of Dad Bod is no stranger to finding himself either. He told me throughout the past year, he has been willingly handing over his humanity, trying to ascend to the status of godhood. And with Marvelous by his side, I really gotta wonder, what is the mindset of the light of all there is?
Well, I think that gives you a little idea of his mindset right there.
Now, oh. Twitch hitting the mat hard there. In my background of counseling, I've seen clients really change their lives when they abandon all they know. They say, what I've been doing isn't working, and they try to adopt something new. They have radical openness, and I think that's where Marvelous is right now. He's following the God of Dad Bod, being his shadow because he's willing to try something new. Got to see if he has reservations from his time in the industry thus far, but it remains to be seen where his mind goes.
It certainly does. And with Twitch's mind, well, it's probably better to not see where that mind goes.
He's certainly no stranger to a background of psychiatric appointments, and might be seeing another doctor after this match.
Now a lateral press here. Twitch able to get that Left shoulder up.
I know what I'm doing. I'm here to teach you.
Oh! The God of Dad Bod yelling over at Marvelous and giving an opportunity for Twitch to meet his head with his foot.
All you need is that one opening, and Twitch is going to take advantage of it here, but God of Dad Bod quickly closing it up.
A good night for slamming people into the mat.
Well, there seems to be a little bit more passion than usual. Twitch doing the smart thing and rolling out of the way.
That would have been disastrous for him. Twitch all along was the heart and soul of the MFPW. Originally giving that title to whoever hold the Supersonic Championship, but now he's ready to accept that title all to his own.
Over 100-pound weight differential here. Twitch needing to stick and move on the big man here, the God of Dad Bod, and charging it with the fantastic forearm.
Oh!
Gets a
Catching
piece
him,
of Dragon's Breath.
rolling him over.
Come on, Twitch.
We saw some of the force off of that kick out. Twitch being sent a little into the air. Former Supersonic champion. Oh,
Looking for Monster Rain and gets slammed down in a world of pain. There's a 2 count. Twitch just able to escape.
and for a second I thought that was it. 300 plus pounds slamming into Twitch.
Once, not twice, but maybe thrice. No! Got a piece of the super tick. And there's the sensory overload. That discus clothesline to the back of the head. Will it be enough? It certainly is.
Back in full force after finding his soul, his heart and soul. The God of Dad Bod still trying to part his influence onto his new pupil, Marvelous.
Oh, Marvelous trying to help the God of Dad Bod to the back here, saying he weighs like about a Mack truck.
We'll have to see if the God of Dad Bod's able to lead Marvelous to some gold, but a title on the line in our next match. Finding her way back to the MFPW, ready to challenge the woman who dethroned her boyfriend, Travis Jacobs, last event.
That monsters are real.
First ever girl to hold the MFPW Supersonic Championship. First ever girls champion. MV Miranda Vanette holding that title once again. Of course, Mimi's got a lot on her mind, trying to get some vengeance on the part of Travis Jacobs. But MV, she's got a bone to pick too. She was telling me earlier today, she feels like Mimi came in, took her spot.
Let's go, Mimi!
Well, you hear the crowd solidly behind Mimi here. These two, no love lost with one another as they faced each other earlier this year in tag team competition. Kind of a battle of proverbial power couples here in the MFPW as MV and Clutch Adams had faced off against and fell short to Mimi and Travis Jacobs.
It was the MV and Clutch Adams that were the ones that kicked Travis and, oh, excuse me, it was Clutch and MV that kicked out Travis Jacobs and Mimi from the division. He's patching them from the rope. Mimi's, I think she's just taking some enjoyment out of punishing MV. One count there.
These two have faced one another on one other occasion. MV was victorious, but that was also just Mimi's fourth match a few years ago. So a lot has certainly changed for both of these individuals since then. Oh, springboard crossbody, 2 and no.
She's been everywhere since then, all across the United States, all the way down to Florida, training in the Performance Center. All the knowledge that she must have gained in that time, and at such a young age, too.
But you mentioned MV being one of those OGs here in the MFPW. Certainly a lot of experience and experience advantage for sure.
Laying a foot across the back. Squeezing the oxygen out of Mimi. Big European uppercut.
Now back over to the other side. Side slam and a beauty. Holds on to both legs and Mimi able to kick out. But just those little nuances, being able to pull both legs back to just require the opponent to use that much more power to be able to kick out, that much more energy. It's just those little nuances that MV has in a combination of experience and just really wanting to inflict some pain as well.
Like we were saying, she has every reason to want to punish Mimi as well. Some retribution for thinking that she took her spot. It was about 1.5 years ago that Mimi unified the girls in supersonic titles alongside Travis Jacobs in a match at 1-on-1. Oh! MV catching her there.
Backstabber 2 and not able to put Mimi away.
They have not gone all of that one, but
It was still fairly effective.
certainly.
Mimi still writhing on the ground in pain.
Trying to lock up the legs. No.
Boston Crab here, at least a variation of it. Instead of an overhand grip, kind of an underhanded grip.
Trying to add some additional torque.
Just above the knee.
also able to drag Mimi out. You see her trying to compete for strength. Mimi able to roll out.
Trifecta of forearms here from the challenger. Now over to the other side, clothesline. Mimi starting to pick the pace up here.
The Monster Factory faithful coming to life.
Face first goes MV.
Now up on the shoulders, on Angel's wings. Big drop.
And not enough as the champion. Just avoids a 3 count.
Mimi drawing on the Monster Factory faithful for support. MV stirring back up on the shoulders. Wriggles out into the wheelbarrow.
Stunner there. Will the champion retain? No.
And similar to Clutch Adams earlier tonight, you see some frustration coming across the face of Miranda Bennett.
Ahead of steam. Oh, looking for that wheelbarrow again, but this time planted down face first is MV. And now Mimi rolling over and looking for that broken wing rather, or Heaven's Gate, excuse me.
Wrenching on the arm. Oh, and here's Clutch Adams. Of course, instrumental in helping MV obtain the title. Vanette rolling through, locking up the legs. STF.
There's the STF. This is how she won the title.
Mimi trying to inch closer and closer to the ropes. MV stopping the arm just a fingertip away. There she goes.
And Clutch trying to pull that bottom rope back just a little bit to get the rope out of Mimi's reach, but the referee on the outside right on top of it.
If Clutch isn't successful tonight, he'll make sure that MV is. Up and over. Tried to go for the sunset flip. Clutch helped her hold on. MV, oh! Caught by the spinning heel kick. Oh!
And Clutch pulled the ref out of the ring and
Pulled referees once again, but here comes Travis Jacobs.
And Travis Jacobs has seen enough.
I think Mimi just had MV's shoulders down to the mat, but the referees were on the outside. These two men brawling with each other, and here comes Mimi.
Mimi with a tope suicida.
Wait, MV. Vanette's got the title. Mimi, look out. Look out. Title across the head.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Vanette calling for the referee.
And there's the 3 count.
And the power of the division. 3 for 4 here tonight. And still holding on to the Supersonic Championship. We'll We'll see how things turn out for Travis Jacobs.
Could that be something that, well, having shifted his focus a little bit, I mean, you'd think that Jacobs would be preparing for his title opportunity coming up in just a little bit here.
He got caught in the crossfire. We'll see if that inflicted some damage leading into his match against Classy Max Sterling, the MFPW heavyweight champion. But next, we have a man that recently challenged Classy Max Sterling before his opponent interrupted, cashing in the Turkey Slam Rumble.
Golden Era certainly have been all over the place, making their presence felt. We saw the Golden Era team up with Bobby Buffet to, well, to defeat World Renowned. We saw that at Monsters Arena a couple of weeks ago. This man, Xander Alexander, has been kind of a lone wolf since turning on his teammates at Turkey Slam.
Well, it was at Turkey Slam that he won the Turkey Slam Rumble, winning an opportunity for a heavyweight championship match at a time of his choosing. And he chose when Wet Brett Waters was facing Max Sterling just a few months ago. The match became a triple threat. Max Sterling walking away the champ from that encounter, but these men have a score to settle.
Yep, Waters was one of those teammates at Turkey Slam whom Alexander decided to go against.
Well, it seemed that Xander thought that maybe Waters was easy pickings. Maybe he didn't want to face Max Sterling, but I think he's finding out that Waters is a bit more of a formidable foe than he might have initially assessed.
Yeah, it seems like every time Waters is out here, his physique just improves.
He took some damage not too long ago. A vicious elbow drop from Xander Alexander. He told me earlier today he's still building back from that. He still feels it when he breathes in his ribs.
Oh, low bridge there, rather smart on the part of Waters.
Ever clever, ever nimble,
ever slick as he just launches himself to the outside from the apron.
Man like Goldie, this man, he's got no fear. He gave all his body to that one.
His passion is certainly burning.
Yes, sir. Xander Alexander back into the ring. Brett now joining him. Elbows in, weakening up the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Reverse knife edge here from Waters. Trying to send the big man to the corner, but not quite yet.
Oh,
Well,
Gave an opportunity to Xander there. Didn't quite
And right
have
onto the
footing.
back.
And Xander is in that class of exceptionally strong individuals here at the Monster Factory.
And now a gut buster on top of it.
And you got to remember the weakened ribs of Brett Waters.
Come on, Brett.
Those knees driving in, making it even harder to breathe. An essential element in any competition, but especially in wrestling when man, you got to get up off the mat, you got to burpee up.
Come on, Brett.
Takes a lot of oxygen.
And with every blow from Xander Alexander, that becomes more and more difficult. Waters just into the corner.
Landing upside down. The disposition of Brett Waters has totally changed. He's trying to protect himself at whatever cost.
Waistlock, headlock, and the power of Alexander gets the advantage there.
Cover.
Lateral press in 2.
And then Xander just able to lift Brett into the air, barely breaking a sweat.
They don't love you no more. They don't love you anymore.
Come on, Brett!
They don't love you anymore. Shut up! You shut up! Little squirt.
So you hear
Come on, Brett!
Alexander yelling to Waters, they don't love you anymore, and then yelling for the crowd to shut up when they try to prove him wrong.
And that's the mindset that Xander's gone into. Turning his back on the legs of Bobby Buffet, like you mentioned, that turkey slam this past November. A totally different disposition.
Look, you gotta shut your mouth. You gotta shut your mouth.
Lifting up into the bear hug, squeezing those ribs, maybe trying to pop one.
He gets up. One more time.
And now, oh, Brett just twisting onto the neck. Remember those shots with the elbow. And Xander realized that the bear hug was no longer advantageous to him.
Come on, Brett.
So able to get separation at an ideal time, and Waters on spaghetti legs.
Might tell you he's a wet noodle. Up. he
You
goes
might, but I
again.
didn't, and there was a reason for it. Pace quickening here, and shoulder tackle and a beauty.
Man, he tried to send Brett into space. Trying to send him to the moon. He's Moon Man now.
Alexander now with a little less nonchalant cover, and that time only gets a 1.
I need the title.
Xander crying out, I need the title. For him, this match might even be retribution. In his mind, if he can beat Brett Waters here tonight, he was worthy of that championship that slipped through his fingers.
And probably figures that could put him in line for a championship opportunity down the road, whether it's Classy Max Sterling or Travis Jacobs, who has that heavyweight title.
Of course.
Brett, shut
Yeah, I said it.
your mouth. Pathetic. You think you can handle being in the ring with me? Let me see you step up right here.
I'll hear you.
Turning his back on his opponent.
Yeah, Brett!
Giving Wet Brett the opportunity.
Brett.
Now driving again into the neck. Slip through. Oh!
Caught and slammed down, though, 2. And
Stop, Xander!
Alexander not so much providing a cover as just recovering himself, kind of possibly rubbing the sweat out of his eyes or something.
Just shut up!
I think he was trying to even brush off some of the cobwebs, just trying to keep his head in the game. See him frantically going for the pin once again.
Well, he had taken a moment to have a word with somebody in the front row.
Xander's coming apart at the seams here.
Almost a sociopathic nature to him here.
Here comes the train!
Here comes the train. And oh! Sent it to the ring post.
And the train getting derailed for a moment. Tornado DDT on the outside.
Hell yeah, Brett!
For all the damage that Brett Waters has taken, he's still giving his full.
Get him, Brett. Come on, guys. Go back in the ring.
Of course, when you're dishing out a DDT, you still take a hard hit on your back. The damaged part of Wet Brett Waters right now. He's willing to make that sacrifice. That's how much this match means to him.
Yeah, given that the floor out there is concrete, covered by an amateur wrestling mat, there's not a lot to give. Yeah.
No, not at all. Brett Waters shaking it off, shaking the dust. Xander Alexander in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, you know what time it is? Here he goes!
And he got all of it.
Let's go, Brett! Knock him out!
Brett Waters wanting to assert his name back into the title picture. Twisting up, trying to go for waterfall. The trunk too damaged.
And that's also a lot to pick up. Now back over the other way.
Oh, landed on his feet, but Xander landed in his midsection.
Come on, Brett! Still sucks, Xander!
Xander Alexander now getting up. Waters.
Perhaps looking for Xander's end.
So wrenching the neck of Xander Alexander. Roll up, cover, and victory!
That's him.
The Golden Era 2 for 2 here tonight. Brett refusing to be X'd off the list by Xander Alexander. A noble effort. Intelligent strategy by wearing down the midsection. But it was Xander's neck being wrenched back that made the difference.
And perhaps now Waters cementing himself near that title picture. Certainly a very impressive win here for Wet Brett Waters.
And then there was one.
Yeah, coming up next, we have the heavyweight championship on the line. Classy Max Sterling and Travis Jacobs.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening!
The former Supersonic champion opting to defend his title 2 weeks ago in a gauntlet match against 4 different individuals, coming up unsuccessfully against Miranda Vanette. if only because of his opponent tonight, Max Sterling. Travis, one of the 4 men who competed in the main event of the 2300 arena, one of the 4 men who challenged Max Sterling when he said there was nobody left. Jacobs is a testament to the fact that there are still men willing to fight here at the Monster Factory.
Well, Sterling sporting the top coat over the shoulders as opposed to through the sleeves.
Hey, it's a look that reminds me of Peaky Blinders. Coming in like a mob boss, and Lord knows he fancies himself one. Using his muscle, Mike Z, to help win his matches. And there's the handsome Squidward. With the handsome Squidward picture. Fans have been comparing Max Sterling to that image.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the MFPW Heavyweight Championship with a 1-hour time limit. Introducing first, the challenger. Weighing 260 pounds, Travis Jacobs.
Jacobs looking to become a 3-time heavyweight champion here in the MFPW, joining a very exclusive list of individuals.
By his assistant, Michael Z.
Sucks!
From Dallas, Texas, weighing 225 pounds, he is the reigning, defending MFPW heavyweight champion.
Nobody cares!
Max Sterling.
The last time these two met one-on-one in a ring, it was Max defending the MFPW Heavyweight Championship against Travis Jacobs. How'd that turn out?
Well, it was certainly something, to be sure. Trying to test my memory here, and I've got the mind of a rusty trap.
I'll tell you what happened. Travis Jacobs alleviated Max Sterling of that title. Will history repeat itself tonight? Or will classy Max Sterling rewrite it?
That's right, that was quite a while ago.
Now, these are two of the tallest, most imposing competitors that we have in the Monster Factory. You can see them manhandling each other, throwing each other into the ropes, the turnbuckles.
You're gonna get his tanner on you.
And Mike Z on the outside, defending the honor of classy Max Sterling. Of course, coming up a little short against Bobby Buffet earlier tonight. Another person with his eyes set on regaining the MFPW Heavyweight Championship.
Well, no wonder I couldn't remember. That was just before the pandemic started. That was an eon ago.
Are you still looking at the... We got a whole match. We're rewriting history here tonight. This is a main event here at MFPW Passion.
What? What?
See, you tell me to pay attention. It's just Sterling running his mouth.
Shut up, Max.
He's citing how he's changed over the years, and Max Sterling has documented on his social media how he's in the best shape of his life right now. He has really taken the time since he returned to the MFPW at Turkey Slam 2021. Up until now, he has totally transformed himself. But Travis Jacobs, has remained the inevitable icon. Formerly the longest reigning MFPW heavyweight champion ever.
And the shoulder tackle sends Sterling down and rolling to the outside. As Mike Z trying to provide some Zen exercises on the outside, or some very unique fanning, or maybe a little bit of both.
He's always willing to provide what, let's go say whatever service Max Sterling needs, but it's strictly in that category. You see them talking strategy here.
Almost akin to a catcher going to the mound to speak with the pitcher over a particular series here. And oh, there's the distraction play off the playbook.
And Sterling tried to feed his assistant to the Wolves. But Jacobs is getting double. Down goes Max. Cover.
Hooks the right leg and only gets 2.
Travis Jacobs gaining a little bit of retribution here as well, of course. Enjoying it. Oh! Almost seemed like he was going for the cross body, but Max Sterling taking advantage. Oh, look at this twist.
First class forearm to the back of the head.
Max Sterling, oh. Hoping to
At a
squeak
1
out a wing.
3/4.
Aiming right for the kidneys, the lower back. Driving into the midsection of Travis.
Well, that core strength is where a lot of the power comes from, to be able to pick somebody like Sterling up for, say, the travesty. Or even that breakthrough, that brainbuster to the knee, as we have a lateral press here from the champion. And the right shoulder up.
Travis writhing on the ground, contorting his back after being sent into the turnbuckle. Max raining down axe handles onto the challenger, grinding into the back. Big knee drop.
Oh, now a lateral press after pointing to one of our fans over here in the MFPW arena.
And Max Sterling is not afraid to get confrontational.
Now that is an understatement.
Travis laying in some chops. The champion, resilient. And things are breaking down into a brawl.
And given how heated things have become between these two, I'd almost expect nothing less.
The champion driving the throat of Travis Jacobs into the bottom rope. Those unforgiving cables. But the Monster Factory faithful rolling on the challenger.
You can see an incensed look on the face of the heavyweight champion, sending Jacobs for the ride and clothesline down.
Now meeting with another knee drop. Travis waving his finger in the air.
I like this rep. This rep is cool.
Now continuing to drive the knee into that mid to upper back of Travis Jacobs, while also cinching in that chin lock.
Travis working his way back to his feet. Taking a couple shots to the midsection of the champion. Finding a knee in his chest. Across he goes. Ready to lift up the champion. Can he get him? Oh, the back is too damaged.
Hard to say. He might have had the 3 there and was trying to utilize that power that we've seen in the past, but the damage done. And the champion certainly capitalizing.
Cheer for your champion!
Max with the look of indignance on his face. Absolute distaste, disdain for Travis Jacobs.
Knock it off!
Can you hear that? The chant of Squidward sucks.
Yeah, that certainly is what they're chanting. And I think for Sterling and Mike Z, that's not what they wanted to cook.
Don't even think about it.
I think Max was trying to compare himself to handsome Squidward, but honestly, I think he's just got Squidward's nose. And TJ driving his elbow across the throat, catching the arm. Oh!
Now Jacobs starting to get the onslaught here. Probiscus aside.
Some meaty chops. The tide's turning. Now using his whole body across the throat, the chest of Max Sterling.
Now picking up here.
Trying to go for the divide, but oh man, what a suplex!
Couldn't hold the Fisherman's, but still able to make the cover. Not quite able to secure the 3.
It was crunchy nonetheless. You saw the weight of Travis Jacobs fold up on his shoulders, on his lower neck. That could have been devastating for the challenger. Even if that didn't manifest in a win now, that could be a difference maker.
As you see the chest of the champion almost as red as the trim of the trunks of the challenger. First class forearm misses.
Back up
on
on
the
the
shoulders. Looking perhaps for that breakthrough.
And Jacobs, resilient! Dropping Max down on the knee.
And 2.
It took a moment there before getting to the pinfall. Champion stirring in the middle of the ring. Travis back up to his feet.
Let's go, TJ!
Trading blow for blow, and you're right that Max Sterling's chest is looking like raw hamburger meat, enough to make a Krabby Patty.
Who said? You learn to be respectful.
And now just these short arm back elbows.
Teach your children to be respectful. All right?
Jacobs wrapping around.
Ripcord clothesline. 2 and doggone close to 3.
.9999 onto infinity. Max Sterling egging on the champion.
Let's go, TJ! Let's go, TJ!
Arms wrapped up. Oh, and used to send Sterling to the outside, holding on to the middle rope. Up to the apron.
Come on, Max. Get back in the ring.
Caught! Caught!
What a short DDT.
Vintage
Floats over,
Jacobs.
2 and no.
He's not giving up quite yet. Walking in rings of Saturn. Mike C willing on the champion. And Max is in trouble. Max is in trouble. Trying
The
to get
champion screaming bloody murder.
He's trying to get his foot over to the rope. Mike C almost assisting. Travis Jacobs has had enough of the assistant. Max rolling through Jacobs. Kick connects.
Right hand to Mike Z.
Champion thrown in the center of the ring. Travis Jacobs on his feet. And wait, here comes Clutch. Here comes MV. What are they doing? Here comes Mimi. Clutch Adams trying to square up. And here comes Goldie. It's Goldie.
Goldie going after Clutch Adams.
Mike C grabbing the MFBW heavyweight title.
All hell's broken loose here.
And our official trying to stop him from getting in. Both men down.
Double clothesline.
Now Mike C.
Mimi
Cracked up
sent
the
into the
referee.
wall of the building here.
Vanette tied up by the notorious Mimi. All hell's breaking loose. Champion and challenger in either corner in the main event here at MFBW Passion. Max Sterling, the champion, defending the heavyweight title against Travis Jacobs.
Finally, some order restored after we saw involvement from Miranda Vanette, from Clutch Adams, from Goldie. We've seen all kinds of insanity here.
There's something in the air. There's some passion. Travis Jacobs runs off of it. He goes
There's the
home.
breakthrough.
Cover.
Hooks the leg, 2. The champion just getting the left shoulder up.
And Mike Z sweating. He's sweating on the outside here.
Challenger with an incredulous look.
Hey! What are you doing, Mike?
Hey.
What are you doing?
Mike Z's taking off the turnbuckle.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What is that? What is it?
The outside referee stopping him. Challenger and champion squaring up in the center of the ring. Up he goes. Up goes. Oh, looking for that class action. Down to the conquer.
Mike, no. Hey!
Mike Z's still getting off that turnbuckle.
What was that? What was that? Huh? You did that.
Had some scissors.
Mike Z's ejected. Travis Jacobs still holding on. And now, into the exposed turnbuckle goes Travis Jacobs.
Come on.
Center of the ring, champion, vulnerable challenger.
There's the class action. Hooks the leg, 2, and not like this.
Jacobs was able to withstand the likes of Adams, Vanette, with the assistance of Goldie and the notorious Mimi. But it was the difference made by Mike Z cutting off the turnbuckle on the middle rope. exposing it for Classy Max Sterling to drive the head of Travis Jacobs into. And there's the result.
Passion comes in many forms, and we've seen pretty much them all here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you June 24th for Adrenaline here at the MFBW. For Brian Murphy, I'm Ferran Burgundy. We'll see you next time here from Monster Factory Pro Wrestling. So long, everyone.
Good night.